the comic where Spider-Man sat with a villain while he passed away. We open on Flint Marko, the Sandman, one of Spider-Man's most formidable villains, reminiscing on his first battle with the Webhead. He's screaming at his past self to stop, saying this isn't who he is. But as he laments, you can't change the past. You can only relive it. Suddenly he's awoken on a New York sidewalk by a friendly stranger offering a hand, but he's falling apart. He can't even touch her without his fingers shifting into grainy pieces. He rushes into a pharmacy, and the scene changes to the familiar face of one Peter Parker, reporter for the Daily Bugle, and currently on the receiving end of a stern talk from Robbie Robertson. No sooner is Robbie done with him than he gets a call from J. Jonah Jameson about a lead on Sandman, to which Peter hangs up the phone and grabs his gear to head out. Meanwhile, Flint's getting worse. He's gotten medication from the pharmacy, but it's doing him no good. He's knocked down by visions of the future, seeing things through eyes he can't operate. In front of him is a ruthless, maskless Spider-Man, standing over the dead bodies of the Green Goblin and Dr. Octopus.
The Osborns are done. His syndicate is finished. Slink away, Flint. Slink away and disappear from my city forever, or I'll end you.
In a body he can't control, Sandman barrels towards Peter as the vigilante lays into him, shouting that he's done pulling his punches. But it ends no sooner than it began, leaving Flint Marko to fall unconscious into the sidewalk again. Peter's on his way, but not fast enough. From a phone call with Jonah, he learns that Sandman's been taken to a hospital, which startles Peter. Sandman is complicated, as Spidey puts it. He's done bad things, but he's also saved lives. Peter just wants to talk to him, see what's wrong. Jonah, being Jonah, resents this line of thinking, calling him a threat and a menace. To which Peter replies, "So was I, remember?" And before Jonah can snap back, he's yanked into a back alley by Peter, who's busy changing out of his costume. We get some fun little banter between the two, with Jonah pointing out that it's pretty sad that Peter spends so much of his time changing in filthy back alleys. Jonah fills Peter in on Flint's room number and the fact that the cops haven't figured out he's in there yet, but they will soon. He wants to get in quick and make a big reveal that they can print in the Daily Bugle tomorrow. Peter shuts him down, saying he just wants to talk, see what's going on first before they come to any conclusions. Jameson calls after him, shouting that Peter can't just keep cutting him out of his superhero life now that they're working together, saying that he's let guys like Sandman slip through his fingers before. Peter enters the hospital, webbing up cameras and elevator doors to slow down the cops, and keep himself off the local news as he makes his way to Flint Marko's room. When he enters, Flint is having another vision, this one much weirder than the others. He's in a bed, with an alien woman he doesn't know, watching the heat death of the sun. Whatever those doctors put him on, I want some of it. Spider-Man startles him back to reality, the vision slowly fading as Sandman can't help but laugh at his predicament. Here he is, dying in a hospital bed and losing his mind, and he still has to deal with the wall crawler. They chat for a bit, Marko revealing that this all started a week ago. All of a sudden, he just couldn't pull his sand together anymore. He went to several powerful Marvel characters he thought could help him, but none could. So now he's out of options. Peter tries to keep the situation light, making a few quips and offering suggestions on who could help. People like Tony Stark and Hank McCoy.
Okay, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna get the hospital to transfer you to, Dr. Hank McCoy or Tony Stark. Maybe he can make you like an Iron Man version of a sand pail? There's gotta be...
Not gonna lie, I think I'd like to see a Sandman-based Iron Man suit. Anyway, Flint tells Spider-Man that no, his time is up, and something is showing bits of a future he'll never get to live. And then he meekly tells Peter to go. He lived his life on his own, and he'll die alone. But Spidey, seeing the cops have finally figured out who's in that hospital room, asks Marko where his favorite spot in the city is. Next we see, beyond another vision from the future, is Spidey and Sandman sitting in solitude on the beach, all while Flint Marko tells Peter about his childhood, how his mom used to take him to this spot, a place where he could spend hours and hours building sandcastles while his mom got plastered. He calls it poetry, that he ends up being the same sand waiting to be washed away as his old childhood sandcastles. He even cracks a joke, asking Spider-Man if it was the same thing for him. Did he collect spiders when he was a kid or something? Peter tries to joke along, but it's fully dawned on him that this is the last conversation Flint Marko will ever have with anyone, and he offers to take off his mask so the former villain will at least see a friendly face before he goes. Sandman refuses the offer, saying that he'd found comfort in thinking of Spider-Man as butt ugly under the mask all these years. They sit in silence for a moment, before Peter can't help but offer once again to get Flint to someone who can help. Maybe the Fantastic Four, or even Doctor Strange. It might not be too late. Sandman says he appreciates it, but yeah, it is. And with that, his body fully falls apart. What's left of him getting swept up into the wind over Spider-Man, with nothing left behind but his hospital gown and a pile of sand. This story was written by the ever-wonderful Chip Zdarsky, who's only really gotten to flex his creative skills on Spider-Man every now and then. When he does, though, it's amazing. It's spectacular. Dare I say, it's sensational. I love the writing between Peter Parker, Jameson, and Sandman in this comic so much. He manages to add some real nuance to the situation, especially with the inclusion of old JJJ. This storyline is specifically from Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider-Man, issues 308 and 309. Go check them out. Oh, and Jonah was not happy that Peter ended up taking Sandman to a beach instead of letting the cops take him away, leading to Peter going off on him pretty hard. I actually did a voiceover of that a while back, and I'll slap it onto the end of this. So please, enjoy.
Oh my God, shut up! For once in your life, he's dead, okay? Are you happy? I helped him leave the hospital so he could die the way he wanted to, not waiting for cops to try and take him away. I know you think my life, this role, is to just beat up supervillains, but it can't be that. I have to make decisions all the time. What's best, what helps, and yeah, this time it was to help another human being face their mortality, and